Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, everyone. We're playing our Argonian Whispers in Shadow. Our primary skills are archery, which we've mastered. You can only have one mastered skill per character, and archery's it. Short Blade is capped at 95, and eventually Critical Strike will also be capped at 95. Just a matter of time. These are all agility skills, and our agility's 90, so they pair well together. As far as our major skills go, we got lockpicking, which we're still working on to raise our rank in the Archaeologist Guild, pickpocketing, and streetwise. As far as minor skills, we got stealth and mercantile. Mercantile is why we're always buying and selling, buying lots of arrows, fish, bandages, general stuff to just pump that mercantile skill. Restoration is for restoring stamina. Mysticism is for teleporting. Thaumaturgy is for levitating. And illusions for producing random candles. Now, as far as the factions go, as you can see, we're pretty much capped in reputation at the Archaeologist Guild and Arcade Temple. Arcade Temple, we're actually max rank. But the Archaeologist Guild is going to take us a bit because we are capped by our skills right now. They won't promote us unless we have certain skills. Makes sense. Mages Guild we're still getting started on, but we're not going to deal with factions for a little bit, except for maybe buying potions from them or something. You can see under miscellaneous skills, we've almost capped jumping at 95. Can't wait for that. I've been jumping frequently to do that. Not bunny hopping, but rather jumping on the bed in inns. Also, you climb into bed, and that's why my climbing skill is 60. Sorry, 60? 70. One of those numbers. Doesn't matter. We are now in the Dragontail Mountains because we just recently made a deal with the King of Worms and learned more about the Underking and his, just the fact that he was the former battle mage, Zurin Arctis, who had his soul basically sucked out, and yet his body refused to die. His heart was ripped out, all this crap. So it was insane. Doesn't matter. We are now going to head over into this region. We haven't been there. We're going to cut kind of straight through because our goal is to get all the way over to Sentinel, specifically our hometown of Tasso Parrot, where we live. So we're going to now head over to the Mole and Mug Lodge, kind of on our way through this middle area here. I was going to say before I actually get on my horse and, go fast. Gotta go faster. Yes. Faster. Alright. Let's see. Yes. Only the Underking's agents are present in the game. Correct. Alright. It is still very, very hot here. We still have aggressive microphone compensation on, in terms of, on the operating system level, and in OBS, so because of the fans that are, one's sucking air in, the other's bringing air out, so that's what's going on right there. I don't really need this flashlight over here. There we go. Alright, so there's a flock of birds near some rocks. We're not really going to bother hunting them. No. And yes, my shirt, I didn't even bother buttoning the top button. It's just way too hot. Oh boy. Anyway, it'll get better in about an hour. That's still kind of way too late. Yeah, around midnight it'll get better. Yeah, we're pushing the hot air out and pulling hot air into the room. Pulling hot air into the room? That's a terrible idea. Now, pulling cold air into the room. Oh, crap. Now, so we're just exchanging hot air. That would be smart. Yes. People have finally started to notice the single frame I put into my Daggerfall tutorial video. It's kind of funny. Here we go. We've arrived at the King's Stag. Let's see how we're doing in terms of food. We're good in terms of food. Let's eat a couple fish and proceed onward. We don't need to stop. All right, we're invigorated by the meal. Keep going. We are going to head on into this region now. I guess we should find the capital. That would be nice. Let's see. There no capital to this region? There is one capital city. It is 12 hours away. We want to kind of check that place out. So we're going to go 7 hours this way first. But yes. It took people a while to figure out the one frame of animation I had when I talked about the high elves. I put one frame as this, and people are finally pointing it out. From the Daggerfall tutorial video, I just put that in there. Yes. Alright. Avoid... who's there? We got bandits. Got bandits. Ow. Hello, traveler. I was on a pilgrimage. So there's just a priest... sorry, there's just a priest here. Hey. Like I'm using the priest as a human shield. Jeez. Okay. Yes. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and use the challenger straps there. Yes, that's how it's supposed to work. Challenger straps. Kill them! Yes. Thief and a rogue just died. I am a bit chilly, the game says. Chilly, you say? Chilly? Guess we need to put on a second cloak in the middle of combat. That is not the cloak I needed. Let's see here. That'll do. Two heavy cloaks. Bit chilly in the mountain with, you know, 2 cloaks on. Oh, map. The Gart Quarry. Good, we found the Gart Quarry. No problem there. Throw on the combat cloak. Yeah, something like that. Elven sword. Wait, are those new gauntlets? Okay. My old gauntlets keep breaking. I keep picking up new low-quality gauntlets. Jeez. Stamina. Let's get going. So yes, you can see the Dragontail Mountains here. It's a rather large region. But what we're doing is we're actually heading into this smaller region in here. And then we're going to go down to the capital. Not right away. We're just going to kind of pick this kind of close town here. We'll start the farm. And then move our way in. Yes. You'd think that the Altmer would have gotten a lot of experience in naval combat, battling the Malmer every year. But, you know, something silly there. Let's try to avoid the encounter. Gambling is regulated. Crap. Vampires? Don't you know? Gotta pay government taxes on that. Now let's see here. We are going to use force bolts to instantly kill her. Damn right. You're undead, now you're re-dead. Remember when we shouted, "Oh my god, vampire"? Those were the days, right? Those were the days. Alright, we need to stuff everything in the wagon. Use up all our bandages. Good, good. Black Yoshi created the meme in his Daggerfall video. This is the broken quest. We're just going to avoid it. Say no. Pacify the agent, and it just lets us go. Yep. Ooh. I mean, look at this. This map is insane. Why would you have major cities in places where they are? Unless they were part of a major trade route. For the most part, you'll notice that all major cities in reality have one of two things in common. They're either on a major trade route, in the past, they were either in a major trade route or they were on water, or at water, I should say. One of the two. Either you can get ships in it, or you can use it for trade. That's why cities exist. So, this game is fun, but it's also very unrealistic. And that's fine. I don't demand realism in my video games. I just want to acknowledge that fact. That while the size may be realistic, the distribution of the towns and cities very much is not. They'd be clustered along the shorelines here, near the lakes and stuff like that. And then you just have this untamed wilderness, which would actually be a lot cooler if you think about it, because there aren't just people living everywhere. It would be more like, imagine all these people, like all the settlements were around here, and then you had people venturing into the untamed wilderness, and by the time they got to about here, they were never seen from again. And it's like, you do realize there's all this land, right? Yeah, but it's scary, you know? So, alright, let's see here. What, bears? Uh-huh. Ain't gonna work. I only have my daggers, and that's it. My bows are broken, I think. Yeah, both of my bows are broken. That's unfortunate. Well, at the very least, we go for the Daedric Dagger then. Very good. It would feel desolate, which would fit the kingdom better, yes. I mean, you could get around that by explaining that long ago, using high magic that has been lost, they conquered the continent and people settled wherever they wanted because teleportation was easy, and so on and so forth. So, so what they could have done, they could have just gone and said, all right, well, in that case, yeah, I'm stealing all their stuff, by the way. Because they're asleep. Is that a floating bush? Amazing. Never change, Bethesda. Never change. Alright. Let's see here. And they never did. Okay, so, as I was saying, the, yeah, I don't know. You were talking about Elysia, and it just completely, oh, my harvesting skill increased to 9%. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there could have been, like, an alternate history explained where, yeah, they conquered the continent and teleportation magic became ubiquitous, but then, something happened to make it more difficult to teleport and things like that. And so, as a result, a lot of those cities died out, and the remains of that high civilization can be found in the wilderness, ready to be plundered. So adventurers head out into the wilderness and are never seen from again. But mostly, most everyday citizens kind of stay near the water. Then they have like farmsteads up around here, but then it starts becoming untamed wilderness around here. I'm just saying, like, there's definitely ways to think about this that make a little more sense, I guess. Trade routes, could have been established from long ago, but really, water is the most convenient way to transport stuff, even today. Or the cheapest way, I should say. even today, we got these really big cargo ships, and it may take you a long time to get stuff transported, but it's cheap. You know, we're not talking about Amazon trucks. We're talking about crossing. Is Manny Marco in Oblivion the one from? We have no idea. The answer is yes, unfortunately, as in Bethesda reinterpreted him and decided that he'd be a little poncy high elf because, you know, Oblivion didn't really care, and ESO religiously follows Oblivion and Skyrim's more or less retcons. It's not a retcon. There wasn't enough known about Manny Marco. Yes, exactly. He was shrouded in mystery, and that's what built up a mystique. And anyone with an imagination who doesn't want to just cling to what was provided later kind of figures out, hey, this is... There's a bit of a tonal disconnect between the two. And, yeah, it's just... I'm going to sleep here for tonight, by the way. I mean, I enjoyed playing ESO, but the Oblivion's interpretation of Manny Marco was terrible. And how do I put this? ESO's was one-note generic villain. Like, if you're satisfied with Saturday morning cartoon villains, then Manny Marco's right up there with Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday morning cartoon. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay, room for the night. Yes, the room is free for a night such as you. Well, first we'll talk to you. Hello. Any news? Blunt. Yes, so Julianos, allied with that region. What else? Archaeologist trainers, gotta deal with Deanna. I forgot where Deanna was. God damn it, I have to go outside and look. Hello. Any news? Everybody knows the Battle Lords had a grudge against the archaeologists, but now they're really going at it. The Battle Lords. Yes. Let's see. I'm curious about this. Okay, so The Battle Lords. Yeah, we have no idea. Apparently, it's led by Ebonarm. Okay, it's part of the Citadel of Ebonarm. It's not a joinable faction. So basically, Ebonarm and the archaeologists are going at it, right? Why choose Blunt? What do you mean, why choose Blunt? What's your streetwise skill at? Versus your etiquette skill. What's my etiquette skill at? My etiquette skill is 8%. Whereas I get training, I get practice in my streetwise every time I use it. It's like climbing into bed here. Or jumping into bed. Or casting light to raise illusion skill. Why would you do this? Oh, I know why. To get the skills up. Hello, miss. There's a floating candle here. Any news? Yes, the teachers of Kinnereth and the summoners. So Kinnereth and Debella are working together. She knows a lot about Debella, I assume. Let's rest for a bit. Then gonna actually grab a paper towel and wipe my face because it is damn hot. Damn hot. Whew. Okay. It is... I need to find out what the temperature... It says it's 67 degrees, but I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Whew. Okay. Hello? Any news? Don't spread this around. The Mara and the teachers... Yeah, so Mara and Kinnereth are working together. Well, that's interesting. Julianos are out to get Glen Point. Damn. Know that. Yes. Okay. Right. We are going to head over to the capital. Like you guys aren't abreast of the situation. Alright, you'll be paying with your blood. We got bandits. Bandits! Pay with your blood. Be on the watch for bears, someone said. Great. So, be on the watch for bears. Bandits and bears, oh my. Alright, we're gonna use our bell, now that they're all in one spot. Them with our Bell of Wildfire. Hit both of them. They should be taking fire damage. Not a lot of it, mind you, but some. One more hit of the bell. That should have hit that. Yes, see, that warrior just burned to death. Very good, very good. Here we go. Stamina there. I don't even have it properly. Yeah, I was gonna say this is extremely loose. Extremely loose. It's way too hot to have everything done properly, let's just say. Oh, alright, willpower there. Have to make room for airflow. Yeah. Alright, we need poison, purification. That should do it. We're good. Grab that formal cloak. We'll need that for later. Daedric boots and a Daedric mace. And a mithril claymore. This is all good. All good. Okay, let's continue. We are leaving now. Animal tracks, go away. Whew. I have tons of t-shirts. I usually wear them to bed. I got, I don't have it in reach. I think it's upstairs, but I've got a Vault Boy one. I got two Vault Boy ones, actually. A Fallout 4 one and a Fallout 76 one. I love Fallout merchandise in general. Go. We need to use... Are the straps still on? Yes, the straps that cast Hellfire. One more time. Why is the vault duck on the top shelf? What do you mean? Why is the vault duck on the top shelf? It's just a good place for it. Isn't the vault duck top shelf? Top shelf duck? Huh. But we also have Jupiter here. The idea is she's supposed to sit on ramen, like to keep the lid from peeling up. But I don't really eat cups of noodles. If I ever have ramen, I usually, you know, make it. If you buy noodles in bulk, you can get them very, very cheap. For higher quality than what you get in a cup. Alright. Let's see here. Yep, everything looks good. Made sure. Okay, we got a graveyard we just passed by. You see these graveyard houses? They are always locked, and even if you unlock them, there's no way in. The door, it'll say this house has nothing of value. It does not unlock, right? But what we're going to use is a Jade of Undeniable Access to open it. And now that we've unlocked it, you'll notice, maybe the Undeniable Access didn't work. Oh, spell effect failed. Okay, so now it doesn't even work that way. Okay, then. Let's go ahead and unequip that and try to kick the door down. Yes, cut content. Well, I mean, it's just like the dungeons. There are houses inside dungeons as well. You'll see a door, and if you try to use the door, it'll say this house is nothing of value. And you just kind of scratch your head going, what's happening here? That's what it was. But yeah, this door cannot be opened. Yet I can steal the berries. Yellow flowers, yes. Is any of this? Yeah, clover. Jeez, we're just picking graves clean. It's fine. I'm cleaning the graveyard. I assure you, I'm not doing this for alchemy purposes. I am a custodian of the graveyard, which is why I'm going to rob the inside of the area down here. Let's see here. More or less destroy. More or less. All right, let's go. I hear... Whoa, bandit. Maybe a knight? Let's see what kind of enemy you are. I don't have a usable bow at the moment, so I can only do this as a rogue. A lot of gear for a rogue. Must have been Rogue 2. Rats. Treasure. Other than the alchemy ingredients, this place is trash. Okay. Well, I mean, the VODs are on Twitch right now. That means the Gravedigger's house, basically, yeah. And that's why it would be nice to restore that content, I guess, and maybe have related quests. I need you to go into the tomb and deal with a thingamabob. Use this charm and they will appear, and please kill them. They are making it difficult to inter bodies. Let's see. Ooh. What? Oh, Spriggans and Bears, oh my. Got it. Spriggans down. Bears are next. Be cool if the bears just fled after the Spriggans died, considering the lore of it is that the Spriggans frenzy the bears and make them come after you. It'd be cool if their magic went away as soon as the Spriggans died. And they just kind of run away, because they're like, I don't want to fight. This isn't anything to do with me. Yes. We need to eat. We are hungry. That's why we eat the fish. And then drink a potion of stamina. 4 hours to our destination, in theory. We'll see. We'll see. Groups of knights, rogue I've already encountered rogue mages, but yeah. I mean, there's definitely room for more types of encounters for sure. Try to avoid this encounter. Successful. Very good. I mean, with Warm Ashes, we already have a nice variety of NPCs. Yes. Warp in the West shrinks down Tamriel into a tiny island nation. Like, okay, I believe you. Turns Tamriel from an entire continent into a tiny little island. Yes. Are there actual giant sea creatures? No one knows. No one knows. Ooh, said the warp in the West made Tamriel shrink. Yeah. No wonder the Empire collapsed. Empires can only exist, at least in the Roman form, if they are ever growing. Yes. Hostile encounter, try to avoid. Failed to avoid. It's a bandit. Probably another rogue. I don't know why rogues look like that with a battle axe. Kind of odd. Oh god, Iron Atronach. I did not realize the rogue brought their own pet Iron Atronach. Use the bell. Okay. Challenger straps. Yep. Yeah, I'm not really... I constantly kind of make jabs at the size of the games, but I honestly think the games are the right size for what they're trying to do. They just need to stop covering so much geography with, you know, so little game space. As in, you don't need to make a game that covers an entire province. Set a game in a single kingdom. But, you know, make it the size of Skyrim. I'd be satisfied with that. Other people are like, I want to see the whole province. It needs to be epic. I need to be the Dragonborn and save Tamriel from Alduin. Prevent the end times from happening. Alright. Come on. Bell of Wildfire. Damn right. Finish off that bear while we have the opportunity. I just stepped on the bear's head. We'll want 2 provinces for Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, that's great. Well, if there'd be sea creatures, they'd probably not be centered around a landmass. They'd probably come out from the depths as abyssal horrors that come up and swallow your ship, and then go back into the depths where you know they're rarely seen from. All right, let's see here. Yes, the Dragonborn. Everyone knows about the legend of the Dragonborn. I think it was. God, I can't. Yeah, here it is.
Poor baby born, please don't cry anymore, 'cause your mommy is here, baby born, baby born. When baby born cries, she's thirsty. Let's give her a bottle. Just like a real baby, she's wet her diaper. Baby born, baby born.
Okay. No, High Rock wouldn't be dense as hell. They just kind of forget about a bunch of things. They would, it would be as dense as Skyrim. They just, you know, leave out areas. Hostile encounter, try to avoid. There we go. Oh, here we go. Gonna kill her. Bandit. Yes. Leaping Argonians. I should join the Dark Brotherhood and become a member of the Quill Circus. Doing flips and tricks, and stabbing people after hours. Now, the Quill Circus is a faction that exists in this game, and the lore behind them is that they are a Dark Brotherhood sub-faction that pretends to be a circus in order to travel from area to area, assassinating people. Alright, this is the only kingdom in the region. Only kingdom? Sorry. This is the only... the only major city in the kingdom. That's what I meant to say. Take this, gotta go. A messenger is lost. Oh no. My goodness. 3 days. What? It's good to know you're alive. I'm happy for your continued success. Please meet me in the Greenston residence in the Red Scorpion Inn. I'll be here. It's very urgent. I'll be here for 3 days. It's a trap. And we like traps. So we are going to go and walk into it. Yes. Greenton residence in the Red Scorpion. Scorp. The Red Scorpion Inn. Here we go. 12 hours away. So it's 12 hours away. We have 3 hours. Let's go ahead and... sorry, we have 3 days. So we'll dive in here for... Yes. Yeah, this is obviously a trap. We're going to walk into it, kill everybody. But we'll do so after we acquire a bow from one of the local shops. Unfortunately, our 2 Daedric bows have broken. And so we kind of want archery, which is our, highest leveled skill. We are a master of archery. Kind of a big deal. Mara temples are here, aka not good for us. We only care about RK temples, so the odd jewelers. We don't go to jewelry stores unless we rob them in the middle of the night. Another jewelry store. This is going to be a bunch of jewelry stores. Oh, there's a bookshop there too. That isn't very practical. Oh, market square. Okay, that's fine. Wait, there is a market square, so we are okay. Used supplies. Pawn shop. Yes. Sell everything at this damn pawn shop. Anything that... don't want to... Yeah, so most of this stuff. Anything that isn't Daedric, really, needs to get sold. That's fine. 14,000. Paid with a letter of credit. We'll use that letter of credit to buy the stuff we need, like this fish. Yeah, getting stuff repaired would take several days, and, well, we need to be at that destination very quickly, so... You're the Archmage now? What's a Shalador? Yes, exactly. Can't have non-magic users excluded from the college. You can actually tell the lady if you've progressed far enough in the main quest. You can tell the lady, actually, I'm the Dragonborn. She goes, like, I'd need proof of that. And you shout, and she goes, and she immediately defaults to the dialogue if you successfully cast a spell and go, I see that the college has what you seek. I see that the college has what you seek. Like, there is the option, but then it just, like, converges back into the same path as if you had successfully cast the spell she wanted you to cast. So, it's just like, actually, I'm the Dragonborn. Usro da. I see the college has what you seek. Oh, well, I need to cast a rune spell? I cast the rune spell. I see the college has what you seek. And you cast the fear spell? I see the college has what you seek. Yes. Exactly, it's a detour, not a branch. Correct. Alright. Ooh. Fish. Wishy, wishy, fishy, fishy. But yes. Pretty ridiculous. I think you'll both know I'll succeed here. Speech 100! Yeah, so far, nothing useful here. Arrows and fish. Arrows and fish. By the way, I'm at 10,029 arrows. Need more arrows. Bandage and fish. That's a short bow. We want a long bow. Actually, you'd think they would prepare the guards and, you know, try to cast this Daedric invader out. More like. Usually authority... Oh, here's a Daedric dagger. Let's buy that. Hell yeah. 1,000? Sure. Gonna say that typically if a stranger comes into town and starts shouting meteors down from the sky, actually authority has a tendency to get very, very uncomfortable. Usually violently uncomfortable with someone powerful just rolling into town. It's great. We'll grab this dwarven bow. Worth it. Yep. Good enough. We need a bow. We got a bow. Guild membership should never be required to complete the main quest. Pretty much. I agree. I'm immediately flashing back to what is it? The Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 4. When the guy sends you to get the crops from people's farms, and you are already the leader of the settlement, but you go back to that settlement, and suddenly they treat you like you're an outsider and they've never seen you before. Like, why do I think I'm not going to like what you have to say? And you're demanding the crops, and then your own settlers turn on you and try to kill you because, you know, the game forgot you ran the place. All because you accepted a quest from the Brotherhood of Steel to requisition crops. It's that kind of special Bethesda content where they try to commit to Radiant questing and then, you know, not actually tie the different quests together. Yeah, it's algorithmically generated, but the different quests and different states don't interact with each other. It's like on the most basic, stupid level possible. The idea of having procedurally generated content is that it can all interact with each other in strange, unpredictable ways. Yes. It's, like... They've basically turned what should be the apex of game design into a cheapy little shortcut. That's basically what they've done. Modern Bethesda, I mean, and their Radiant quests. Anyway, let's see here. I really don't think there's anything I'm going to be buying from these place. Actually, steel gauntlets. These are way better than the chain gauntlets I was using. Thanks. We'll sell those. Sell those chain gauntlets that we were using before. Get rid of them. Yep. 29 gold. Yes. Correct. The guards will attack Martin. Well, actually, they don't know who Martin is yet. You know, it's bad game design. That's what it is. Martin should have shouted, or, you know, they should have had a dialogue. You know, you can sit there and talk, and the guard will go, "You violated the law," and stuff like that. Well, why doesn't Martin say something? Or if Joffrey's there, Joffrey should, you know, pull out his badge of office and explain he's the leader of the Blades. And I'm just saying that there's in a real narrative, a lot of these situations wouldn't happen. And that's why the game sees fit to limit you and prevent you from doing certain things. Because if it doesn't, they didn't plan for this shit. And, well, everything can go horribly wrong. Let's see, do you think, since it's so long between games, if Elder Scrolls 6 barely improves over Skyrim via dip backlash? Well, I think that people have set unrealistic expectations, and there will be a backlash no matter what they produce. Right? Here's the thing. People expect better than what Bethesda is currently able to provide, in my opinion. And don't ask me to qualify that statement, because I really can't tell you what I'm basing that on. I'm just saying, it could be that they're going to rethink their lives between Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, okay? Like, they might reorganize the studio radically. But as I understand it, the way things are now, with my very limited perspective and what I'm hearing, people are going to be disappointed, one way or the other. They basically set their expectations too high. I'm probably going to have fun with it. But will it be something I play as much as Skyrim or Daggerfall? Or Morrowind? I don't know. Speaking of Morrowind, I think that later today, I'm probably going to be doing a Morrowind multiplayer test. That's probably going to be a thing. I will have to restart and go into Windows because my Morrowind multiplayer is set up in Windows. I don't have it set up for the Linux build at the moment. So, I mean, it exists, I just don't have it set up. And, you know, I'm not going to set it up today. Yes. Oh, yeah, that, I was just looking at the animations on this. You see, it's smooth when she's walking, right? I mean, I'm just remembering that, the other horse where it was going, dun, 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 really weird. There we go. All right. Okay. We're going to resume travel to the inn now. Actually, no. Hold on. One more thing. Let's take a nap in the Beaver and Stag Inn. And we'll come out later and... It's late either way. It's going to be the middle of the night by the time I get there. Screw it. Room for the night. Yes. Hello, Sir Jester. Any news? Ah, a new Baroness. I really don't care. So let's go ahead and cast Stamina. Let's cast Balm. Cast Light. Cast Jumping. Jump. Then climb into bed. Climb into bed. Good. Alright, it is midnight right now. We're gonna go ahead and let some times pass there. Do more games get Linux builds? No. Most games don't get Linux builds these days, but you have to understand something. There was a guy who was developing a kind of fork of wine called Proton. And then he got paid by Valve, and now Steam Play exists. As in, if we go over here, this is my Linux Steam, but, you know, whether it's Warframe or Shadow of War or No Man's Sky, you know, it all just runs through Proton. So, you know, I have a huge chunk of games that I can just straight up run through Steam and they'll work. A few things like Warframe actually needed a different build of Proton, but getting the different build is super easy. Look at this. We go to Properties, and you see that right here? This is the alternate build. You just dump it into your Steam folder and then click on this little box and grab the build you want, and that's it. So, in this case, specific Proton 5.9 GE3. That's it. Bam. Done. So, but other ones like Elite Dangerous runs just straight through Proton. No Man's Sky runs straight through Proton. Shadow of War I was playing yesterday runs straight through Proton. And it converts the DirectX into Vulkan. Makes it run. Let's see here. And now, if you're wondering, is if it's not on Steam and you don't want to, what do you call it? If it's not on Steam, you run it through Lutris instead, basically. So, like, Elder Scrolls Online was installed with a Lutris configuration file. And the idea is that people talk about setting up wine for a video game and how tedious it is. Well, someone set it up. Let's go. Let me just go to Elder Scrolls Online's page for Lutris, and you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see this right here. You just click install. It'll run a script that does all that tedious setup for you. That's it. Yep. You said Ubuntu wasn't running your stuff. That was years ago. Well, yeah, I mean, most of this stuff just came about 2 years ago. Like, that's when everything started to kick into high gear for Linux gaming. The only game recently that I had to switch into Windows for was Vermintide 2. And that's because of, what do you call it? Anti-cheat. They have an anti-cheat that is somewhat invasive. And it wouldn't work without significant stuff. Yeah. Windows 10 happened hard. Yes, exactly. I looked at a Windows 10 forced update caused me to delay a business meeting by 20 minutes. And I was just like, fuck you. Fuck you, Microsoft. And I went over to Linux. Okay, so it's a bit chilly. We're actually going to unequip our armor, I think. Yes, this is how we survive in the rain. Terrible idea, by the way. Alright. Cloak. Yes. Shirt. Yes. Where's the pants? I guess that the skirt is the pants. Damn. Well then, shoes are fine. Just need that second cloak. There's a second cloak. Okay, we should be fine now. I wish there was gloves. I'd like gloves, he said. Anti-cheese like DRM. You can't get it working without pissing people off. Well, not only that, but you have to understand that anti-cheat is like the high-end anti-cheats. They have a tendency to work on the driver level, as in they have permissions that can actually alter hardware stuff. And, you know, if they go wrong, they can destroy hardware on your PC. Normal programs really can't do that. Normal programs don't run with that level of permission. Sorry. Had a little bit of a cough there in the middle of my talking. Let's see here. Ooh. Yes. Hand-to-hand Khajiit is hilarious if you become werewolf. Hand-to-hand anything is hilarious if you become werewolf. Let's see. Ooh. But yeah. Anyway, my day-to-day, you know, all of my work gets done either through just standard Linux native apps or something running in Wine. And if it weren't for like a proprietary corporate program, I wouldn't even be running Wine for most stuff. Like, it would all just, like, Zoom itself runs in Windows, runs in Linux. Google Docs runs in Linux. So most of what I do is in a word processor. So other than, again, one proprietary program, which, anything native Linux you play, well, I mean, Daggerfall Unity is native in Linux. So is OpenMW. Let me see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've forgotten about. But, I mean, if we just really quick go down here, let's see. I mean, Xandronum and ZG Doom have native Linux builds. Let's see. Overload as a native Linux build. Okay. We've been interrupted by something. We're going to have a look at our daggers here. Yeah, should be fine. I'm going to use our wagon to put the rest of the stuff away. Actually, just that. And the broken dagger. Yes. Second. Eat some rations. Oh no. I didn't mean to eat rations. I meant to eat fish. Yes. Ooh. Is there a difference in quality? Well, I mean, Windows and, like, my current Linux build runs everything I want just fine. Yeah. I don't have much to say about it. Like, I've got a 3-monitor setup here, and I've got 2 sets of desktops between them. That is to say, I've got I'd say that NVIDIA has a bit of a driver issue when it comes to Linux, as in they want to keep their drivers very proprietary. And as a result, it's not that NVIDIA is getting worse. It's that, what do you call it? It's not that NVIDIA is getting worse. It's that AMD is getting better in Linux than it ever has been in Windows. And that's because of the open source drivers. Basically, that's what I mean to say. Like, AMD is working better than ever, and NVIDIA is just kind of being the same. That said, I'm running a 2060 Super right now, and it seems to be working just fine. All right. But yes, most Linux distributions these days have what you need from Windows, basically. Well, 2060 Super was cheap when I went to get it, and I'm just like, okay, this has the new NVENC. Has everything else I need. I was running a 980 Ti, but there were a couple issues there. Linus gave NVIDIA the finger. Well, a lot of people give NVIDIA the finger, including actual software developers. Like, it's not just some YouTuber who talks about tech a lot. Actual developers are giving NVIDIA the finger for various reasons. Linus just jumped on the train of something a lot of people have been doing for a while now. Let's eat another fish. Okay. Ah, the developer of Linux. Yes. For you, you have to understand. 99% of the people around here talk about Linus Tech Tips. I'm just like, roll eyes, don't care. But yeah, you're talking about the developer of Linux, and yeah, and that's obvious because they want to be very proprietary about everything, and they don't realize that in doing that, they're pushing people away. And the crowdsourced internet is now outstripping their they're now outstripping the features of the red scorpion is over here. The proprietary features. AMD is going beyond it, basically. And it's like, okay, this is dumb because you've got a lot of people who are being paid a lot of money, and yet, a crowdsourced internet is somehow starting to beat you at certain things, and it makes me like not feel great about how things have been established. Let's just say a little bit of corporate greed going on. Need to check something. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Interesting. My window feels whatchamacallit. Hold on. Poke at something quick. Special window settings, and then it's was looking for a very specific option there, and I can't find it. Focus stealing prevention force. Too high. Yes. Okay. Anyway. Let's see here. Getting chilly. Yes. I need to save it really quick. I'm gonna poke at something. I've been changing desktops so much. I think I wanna just exit the game really quick and look behind it. There was nothing. Okay. When I was changing desktops, I thought I saw something, and the answer is there was nothing there. Really quick, going to hop back in then. Hop back in. And you're talking about Daggerfall Unity. You mean the modded travel, not Daggerfall Unity itself, because there's so many people who conflate Daggerfall Unity with its mods. I don't like the enhanced graphics of Daggerfall Unity. I prefer the original. You mean retro rendering mode in Daggerfall Unity? You mean not running with the Dream mod? Yeah. Just in general, like, there's a lot of people conflating what they see in mods with what Daggerfall Unity is, and like, that's not true at all. They have nothing to do with each other. Alright, so we need to continue the Red Scorpion Inn. It's right over here. I just needed to test something really quick. And now that I've done that, poking at something else. Alright, it's here. So, I need to meet with someone in a residence around here. There's a house somewhere here. But why would you prefer to see lesser graphics? Because people do. Because people don't like the hand-drawn graphics in this there, yeah. Ooh, let's see here. Hold on. But yeah, it's just so damn hot. Ooh. Hey. Let's see here. Ooh. All right. The tripwire snaps as the door, the bell sounds. It worked, boys. Come on. Tiger! They just sent a tiger against me? Oh, a wizard. Paralyzed instantly. Alright. Let's use the unrestrainable symbol. Boys, eh? She's definitely one of the boys, alright. Why would I have central cooling in a place that never gets beyond 80 degrees except this year for some reason? Don't know what's with this year. Yes. Oh, here we go. Another bandit. Yeah, another one of the boys here, you can see. Damn. This winter you'll be frigid? Well, that's no problem. I live in a place that gets a lot of snow. Up. Okay. Damn, damn, damn. We need to use Orc Strength, Heal True. And what are you talking about? Stamina there. Paralyzed again. Damn. Okay. Yep. The fools have learned their lesson. Yep. They tried to... Oh, Daedric Flail. I was absolutely justified in coming here. With Elven and... yeah, just Daedric. It's fine. Just those two items alone have made this worth it. Yeah, everything else is garbage. You can have your steel staff back. But yeah, Elven and Daedric, that's okay with me. How you doing, sir? Good day. Summoners, Julianos, teachers of Arcane hate each other. Julianos and Arcane hate each other. So I should probably... not treat those Julianos worshippers with much respect going on here. Whew. There we go. Done. Very good. Let me see here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really don't care about anything related to Fallout 3's main quest. It's really dumb. But when you talk about Little Lamplight, it's even worse. Because they indicate that these children were there from the beginning. No, they aren't. Well, wait, this is just a place that children naturally go to. What? Just what? I'm gonna stay here for the night. Don't you know? All the children stay in Little Lamplight, and they go to Big Town afterward. What? That doesn't work. That whole thing breaks down. If you think about it. So, the answer is don't think about it too hard. Alright, let's see. Buoyancy. And you have to understand, though, that's been Bethesda's stance in general. Has been, you shouldn't think about it too hard because it's a video game. I mean, it's unfortunate, but they... one of the Fallout 76 developers, I shit you not, said, "This is such a wacky world. You can do anything you want." That's how they view it, the Fallout universe. And once you understand that, everything that they do in Bethesda Fallout makes sense. All right, stew there. So, we were going to do stuff in the capital, but we dealt with this ambush, and it took us to the top of the region. So we're just going to continue onward and get out of this region as quickly as possible. Going to Tast Hall now. Not hunting animals. Yes. Yes. Fallout 1 and 2 weren't wacky, correct. But they realized that grim, that very grim future wasn't something they wanted to portray in Fallout 3. So that's what set the tone for the series moving forward. And that's what they decided, what Bethesda decided their Fallout was going to be. So, that's the results. Bell of a Wildfire. Killed 1 harpy. 2 harpies. Last harpy's up there. Wait a second. What happened to my dwarven bow? Come on, let's do it. Bonk. Supposed to kill harpies. There we go. Nobody wants harpies. That stuff away. That why you make your characters goofy as possible? I don't always make my characters goofy as possible. In Fallout 76, I do. In Fallout 76, I've made a vampire and then a crazy pink-haired lady who does explosives. But, no, I've made different characters in Fallout 4. The first one was a melee cannibal guy. Just because it was... Oh, yeah, I mean... Yeah, I made a melee cannibal. Then I did a persuasion character. Persuasion character turned out way better than it should have. Yep. Exactly. You really can't have a serious world in Fallout. If you think about it too hard in Fallout's 3 or 4, even 76, everything just kind of breaks down. Yeah. All right. Look at that. Yes, Shadowrun. Well, Shadowrun is open. It's serious setting, but then it's got comical stuff that is the result of just corporate nonsense. And it's funny because when you have a serious setting that has a dragon as the CEO of a mega corporation, when you get fired, you might really get fired. All right, let's see here. The world full of wage slaves and terrible, terrible, grim futures. Yes. But also ancient artifacts and wizards. That's Shadowrun, I mean. Dragon coming out of Mount Fuji, turning people into elves. Yes. It's serious in the context of fantasy. Yes. Okay, so yeah, Shadowrun is a dark future where mega corporations literally rule the world, as in they've gained sovereignty. It's we've cast aside the veneer of governments ruling, and now you've got mega corporations with sovereign territory. All right, we've arrived in this area here. You're making jokes, but there is like a colossal structure of bureaucracy that stands between us and that future. Never should have come here. Functionally, for the average citizen, it's true that might be the way the world appears. But in reality, there's a lot of nonsense, paperwork, and waste, both human waste and other waste, that exists between those two states. The government is a form of business, but not in the same way. All right. Damn it. There we go. We got it. Very good. Ooh, Orcish short sword. That is a nice grab there. Going this way. Checking the region here. Okay, so we get to this court. Then we get to this the ruins of the old place, and then we use it to cross over back into Dragon Tail. And we cut through here. There you go. Continuing onward. Alright, hostile encounter, try to avoid it. Well, we're done talking about that. Now, as far as Shadowrun goes, depending on the Shadowrun game, whether you're talking about the actual setting, I'm talking about specific games now, we are going, we have the idea of cyberspace and being able to do like a full dive into it. And so Deckers are a very interesting class that can play in kind of an alternate space. If you want a Dungeons and Dragons equivalent, you can do something, like the astral plane almost. But yeah, it's a bit crazy. The idea that, oh, I need to change, this particular node, and I have to get by these cyber defenses. Let's see here. Ooh. But yeah. The interesting thing about using deckers is that the decker might be not even be in the building with you, and yet he may be occupying a node that represents the computer system of the floor you're on. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Okay. My favorite old perk in Shadowrun was the one that allowed a physical adept to use ordinary office objects as deadly weapons. Like assassinate people with a pen, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, it really depends on what game you're talking about, because the Joker's magic pencil trick, exactly. Assassinate someone with a stapler. Yep. Here we go. We've got a group of wounded soldiers here. Gonna ignore them and continue onward. It's getting cold. There are enemies nearby. A bear. A bear. There's a hunter here. Hey, there's a bear. Yes, you can have the bear. So being like the Emperor tonight, he pays me. Gave me money for that bear. Alright, so we've arrived in this location. Kind of a cold place. Locked. I managed to break in. The man doesn't notice, does he? Yes. Alright. The Kinnereth and Alikra are working together. So Kinnereth has allied with the Alikir Desert, because Alikra is the capital of the Alikir Desert. Let's see. We're going to cross the border now. There's a tavern 3 hours away in this direction. Let's do it. Let's reach the tavern. What time is it? Oh, it's not even midnight yet. Interrupt your journey for what? A tiger. Big pack of tigers, of course. We are not coming with you. Pacify the Fighters Guild agent. So I basically told the Fighters Guild agent off for that quest that I'm never going to do. Come on. Yep. I don't recommend Malkavians for the first playthrough because they do fourth wall breaking stuff that actually spoils part of the game. Alright. Nosferatu are also people I don't recommend for a first playthrough, considering you lose a good chunk of the game and it becomes a stealth action game at that point. I didn't like what I saw of the combat in Bloodlines 2. It looked too flashy, too showy. Like, press button to perform spinning execution move. I don't know. Just didn't like it. So, we'll have to see someone actually playing it. Alright. Stop. Let's see how we're doing. Yes, most adventurers know the dangers of traveling at night. Yeah, it's called being hungry, thirsty, tired, and cold. Continue the tavern. Well, I don't really have an expectation right now. I didn't like the combat I saw. Again, looked too showy, too flashy. Press button to watch character do animation. I didn't really enjoy that. So I'm just shrugging and going, I'm going to wait and see. That's my current approach for the game. Maybe they were just trying to wow the audience. Maybe that's how the combat actually is in its entirety. Hello there. Any news? Travelers League and the Archaeologist Apothecaries were close allies. Okay, so the Mages Guild and the Archaeologists are... like, one of their sub-factions has now split off and they're no longer allied with the Archaeologists. Which is interesting, considering the Mages Guild and the Archaeologists never really liked each other to begin with. But those politics may have changed a bit, but, you know. Yep. It's gonna say that as you play, the reputations shift. You never know as you progress how things are going to turn out. Just practicing some spells. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Climbing. Climbing on the walls. Can you imagine being in the adjacent room and hearing that? Jumping, casting magic, climbing on the walls. Alright. 9 p.m. We should be good to continue. Alright. We are going to... We're now back in Dragontail on the border. We're going to cut through to this next town. It's 11 hours away, but we can make it there. Just need to eat fish. We're not going to hunt birds. We have fish. Very good. All right. All right, let's stay here. Almost done. Huh. I'm just typing in Discord. Not every game is fun with friends, actually. Some are worse with friends. This is a personal statement. Like, yeah, sorry. It's fun with friends. So I'm typing in like, it's fun with friends is a personal statement, basically. Not every game is fun with friends. Some are worse with friends. Yes. That said, there are games that are horrible solo, but can be enjoyed with other people due to their mechanics. Therefore, dismissing it's fun with friends just on the face of it is dumb. Yes. Okay. Avoid we got a bandit here now. Come on. Uh-huh. Proceed with caution. I'm going to be attacked by a pack of somethings. Presence overwhelmed me just a moment ago. Like, oh boy, presence overwhelms you. Can't wait. All right. Yep. Just typing Left 4 Dead is fun with friends. But I dislike it alone. When a game is designed around friends like Sea of Thieves, you'd be stupid to play it alone. Yes. If it has no match making function, yes. Is watching paint dry fun at all? Are you replacing the act of watching paint dry with social interaction? You confuse enhancing an activity you confuse enhancing an activity with replacing it. It almost sounds like someone repeating what a YouTuber said. Someone who didn't like Fallout 76. Because I hear this a lot from those people. Yes. Parrots. Yes. Actually, yeah, he's like, ESO isn't Left 4 Dead. Actually, ESO is worse because it has solo-made content that can't be done with others in a meaningful way. But broad painting the idea of fun with friends as being a non-statement containing no value, you can fuck off with that. There we go. MMOs and solo content are it's just a mind fuck with the idea of you are the chosen, and so are these other 10,000 people. Yes. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's get going. You there, I must speak with you. My name is Sir Triz. Yes. There we go. Okay, you fight the knight to the death? Yes. We're gonna fight this knight to the death because he doesn't want to die of old age in some cottage. May our battle be legendary. Alright, where's this knight? There he is. We're gonna fight him. Come on. Yes. Yeah. On. If solo questing in ESO is fun with friends, what's actually happening is you are replacing the story experience of your character with social interaction, at which point the game isn't really fun. You've just replaced it with an activity that is fun. Yes. There we go. Understanding this, just understanding this is very important. Qualify what about it is fun with friends and why. That's all I'm saying. Okay. There we go. That is there any way to tell a game would be enjoyable with friends? What? I mean, you try it with other people, and you try it alone. And very often, it would depend on, yes, it would depend on your friends, but yes. Okay. Yeah, so as you strike him down with a smile, they pass into the afterlife. So the knight is dead. The knight is dead. Got distracted. But yes. Yep. Avoid the hostile encounter. Failed to avoid. What games are worse than with friends? Battletoads. We pacified the vampire with etiquette. Yeah, we pacified her with etiquette. Okay, let's leave then. Yes. Alright. I'm gonna say, there are a lot of games that actually punish you for having multiple players in the game. It'll slow down your leveling rate, things like that. Yes. Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to tell this person, give up on the genre of MMOs and leave this channel forever. That's all I'm going to say. Yes. Yep. Okay. That World of Warcraft does that. Well, Dark Age of Camelot does the opposite. Yeah, exactly. Oh, WoW Classic definitely did that. I'm like, I told him to leave ESO chat. He's bitching about ESO. I'm like, ESO's a decent game. It could be much, much better than it is, but I'm just like, what's wrong with you? All right. ESO does a lot better job than a lot of the World of Warcraft wannabes out there. In fact, its combat is faster paced, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Cyrodiil PvP is amazing fun when you're playing it with other people. Here we go. Giants. Going, going, going. Giants. Giants. Yeah, we got him. In the best MMOs, the players create the meta story. Correct, Con. And that's just it, though. This particular person doesn't want to be bored. They want a narrative. They basically want Elder Scrolls 3, 4, and 5, but, you know, with other people around. And it's like, that's never going to happen. The idea, they want it to be like super solo friendly. I'm just like, go play a normal game. Like, just go play one of those games you just mentioned. Here we go. Oh. Come on. That'll do it. Waiting for Greymoor to drop in price. Greymoor's terrible. Okay, I want you to imagine this. You are, you're fighting against the High King of Skyrim, who's been revealed as a terrible vampire. Okay, you're fighting him. And, suddenly, you know, like he obviously turns into a vampire lord. There's an arena. Bats are flying everywhere. You're fighting him. You're fighting him. You're fighting him. All of a sudden, the princess runs in and goes, "Quickly, champion!" And you get this prompt that says, "Press E to throw potion." So you do, and it kills him, and the quest is complete, and the Skyrim is saved. The traitorous High King vampire is defeated because you threw a potion at him by hitting E. And then they tell you the real guy pulling the strings is going to be in the next DLC. Go buy it, you peasant. That super dark lord who's been controlling vampires, werewolves, and other supernatural beasts, the one who commands an entire army of darkness and seeks to overthrow the world, you'll have to deal with him in the next DLC. Yes. Sorry, this DLC is just killing the High King of Skyrim. Who he was using as a pawn, yes. All right. Damn Stamina, stamina. Eat a damn fish. Gotta get to this next town ASAP. The big bad or the bigger bad? Yes. Exactly. I haven't actually played Project Gorgon. People have told me about it. Honestly, though, I keep hearing by other people, it's good. It feels very much like Asheron's Call, but it's incomplete. And I'm just like, okay, so what will inspire me to go play an incomplete MMO when I can go back and play the complete Asheron's Call now? Like, right fucking now. As in, we have fully working emulated servers. Well, if people don't support Project Gorgon, it'll close down without ever being finished. That's a very compelling argument you got there for me to never interact with it ever. Because I can't be the only person holding this together. That would just be me investing time in something that will never be finished then. You have to understand, I'm very self-oriented. As in, if you say that your support is the only thing keeping this from falling down, and look at the structure and it's all rickety, I'm like, well, I guess it's falling down then. Because, doesn't sound like a good bet. Someone else might pull their support and it'll fail despite me. See what I'm saying? I look at the idea of sitting down and playing an incomplete MMO as kind of a waste of my time. Like, finish your game, I guess. And I will shout its success up and down the street. There are enemies nearby. Why? Oh god, what's with the fireball? That hurt a lot. We need a healing potion there. Paralyzed. Immediately ridiculous. Just trying to rest, you bastard. I mean, it's a great idea, making an Asheron's Call-like game. It's just, MMOs require a huge amount of investment that I'm simply not ready to provide. If anything, that was one of the major factors I stopped playing World of Warcraft every season. Yeah, whatever, I'm gonna ignore those bandits. I stopped playing World of Warcraft every season because it's just like... Okay, so you're coming out with a new expansion pack, which makes the story worse, and there's just... It's going to take me a huge amount of time to get through your quests, to get to the daily quests, to get to the grind, to get, you know, finished with that, and then you're going to release a new island of content. And you see, what I'm saying is, MMOs are very deliberate in how they structure their content and go from point A to point B to point C. And so I looked at that and I said, you know, if I'm already playing Warframe, something I really enjoy as far as like the movement system goes, and I can just turn off my, I say turn off my brain, what I actually mean is listen to an audiobook and just kind of zone out while I'm playing the game. I don't think I used to do something similar to that when I was grinding in World of Warcraft. And how do I put this? I really only have room for one of those games that I just kind of zone out and play. So currently Warframe takes that spot. I suppose Path of Exile might usurp Warframe eventually, you know, in the next league, when they do their big expansion pack, which they've been planning for ages now. But as far as like, how do I put this? My Warframe time would drop dramatically then. So if I wanted to invest my time in something like Project Gorgon, another, Asheron's Call I have to ask myself, why am I doing that? And if it's to, like, gather video and experience to then talk about a game, that might be fun if the game were anywhere near done. But every time someone comes back to me, they say, Project Gorgon isn't anywhere near done yet. And so I shrug and go, I guess it's not really worth my time then. That Path of Exile has already been better than... Well, Path of Exile is something I play for 1 league and quit for 2 to 3 leagues. And then come back to. Warframe is something that I play mostly for the movement system and the combat. Like, I will get into a disruption mission and do, like, 60 conduits, or a survival mission and do, like, 2 hours of endurance survival. It's a case of Warframe fits that type of gameplay where I'm listening to an audiobook, kind of zoning out. Path of Exile, at its higher difficulties, especially if you're pushing maps, requires you to be far more deliberate in your gameplay. So, the games serve their purposes for me. But what am I trying to say here? So, yeah. Let me actually go to the Savage Guard. Damn those Savage Guards. Khajiit man. Right. Hold on. Anyway, what I was going to say is that I look at going back and playing Asheron's Call as number one, it's a nostalgia trip for a game that, I played many years ago. Number two, it executes it very well, as in the game is done. Like, the mechanics are solid. They're nothing really kind of... there's no real dead ends as far as its development goes. It's... You can go to any part of the world and the dungeons are fully fleshed out. The quests are fully fleshed out. Yeah, they're done in a more simple way that is befitting of the time. But as far as the... I put this... yeah, I'm going to grab a room for the night. And when I say for the night, I mean for the next 2 hours, because I need it to get to... Wait. There we go. As I was going to say. Sorry. Distractions aplenty. Should be 2 hours. Yes, data 1. Okay, we can go out and buy things now. Just wanted to rest until morning. Also buy a meal really quick. Some stew. Is it fish stew? Better be fish stew. Now. Okay. So, distractions aside, I look at Project Gorgon as something that... let me actually look at the Steam page. Because, yeah, it's still in early access. And I'm just like, okay. Well, when people start telling me, hey, it's a little more complete, it's I would probably go in to check it out. But at the moment, I think there's more value in going back to Asheron's Call itself and looking at, like, this is end of retail, this is how this game did things, so on and so forth, discuss it, come up with articles or videos about it. I think that would be a superior use of my time. I realize that there are a lot of people who want Project Gorgon to be the next Asheron's Call, and, if people tell me that, that Project Gorgon has actually reached a state where it's more or less done, I might start, I might be open to checking it out, but so far, every serious opinion from people who have actually tried it out, actually spent their time in it to a good degree, have told me, people who I trust, mind you, not just random internet person, but people I trust have told me that it is unfinished. So yeah, exactly. Khan put it best. There's 10 years of content. I still haven't done an Asheron's Call. Why bother with a new empty game? Which is it's kind of sad putting it that way, but yeah, pretty much. It's like, okay, well, I want to support it when it's worth my time to do so, I guess. I mean, how do I put this? If they had released a Daggerfall spiritual successor right now, and they said it's mostly unfinished, I admit, because it's adjacent to what I'm doing right now, I might hop into it, but I wouldn't give it the time it deserves, most likely, until it was a little more on the complete side. That's just the truth of it. You know, I'm playing a game that is very much complete and then been built upon. And I think that you're going to have that issue with any game that's trying to usurp something or like bank off of the nostalgia of something. Is it's going to constantly be compared to that original. Look at that bard. Care for a song, good Argonian? Sure. I am sick and very, very sick. Give the dog a merry kick. Mother hen chick. Let me lick where the bees doth. Oh, goodness. Yes, the road slick. What shall I pick? Oh no. My waist is growing thick. She's a high elf noble. He is Nordic. Oh no. We're leaving now. We're leaving now. Let's go this way. Treasure. Treasure in the tavern. To steal. I added the word noble in there. Alright. Leaving. You have successfully made me leave the tavern. That was the Rusty Hedgehog. We're gonna go down and check out these other places here. But yeah. I don't know what I would necessarily... I guess I just need slightly better reviews from these people before I consider diving into a new MMO. And I think I'm generally resistant to hopping into new MMOs in general. Like when that one game came out, Ion, I believe it was called, and people wanted me to dive into that, I said, you know what, I'm kind of happy with what I'm playing right now. And they're like, oh, come on, it'll be fun. And 3 months later, they'd all quit. So, you know, we get, that has repeated itself through history. That MMO comes along, everyone says, you should play it with us, and then they quit. And it's like, okay, that's fine, I guess. Problem is, if I find something about that I like, I'll still be playing it, and you guys will have quit. So, you know, I shrug. I occasionally will look at them play it, and half of them will have quit within a month. The other half after that, you know, it's like, oh boy. MMOs really work hard for their retention rates. That's for sure. Some don't. Okay. You said by the time you're convinced to join, your friends are already quitting or months ahead of you? Yes. Yes, this is true. And with some of these more linear games, I think that's one of the things Asheron's Call has a real good leg up on, is the highest level players in the party are scaled down. when they group with a higher level adventurer, and that allows everyone to just play together if they want. Bandage there, fish there. Fish there. We'll be moving on soon. We're just buying supplies while we have the opportunity. But I think that is a completely valid point of view, is the idea of, even in Warframe, for example, you can have someone doing arbitrations or the steel path, and their friend hops in, and their friend can barely kill, you know, level 25 enemies, and yet, you know, you're doing, what, level 150 content with a 250% armor modifier on it? Like, okay. I guess my friend isn't joining me now. So, I mean, almost all games with some kind of vertical progression have that issue. Elder Scrolls Online is kind of interesting in the fact that it has a horizontal progression, but then its quests don't support multiple players in a good way due to their story-based structure. Yes. Did you stop buying games your friends were buying because they wanted you to buy Overwatch? You played it twice and they want you to buy Siege? That's funny. Now, I've had a lot of fun with World of Warcraft over the years and other games over the years, despite, you know, friends having quit and such. But Overwatch is something I enjoyed, but I don't know if I'll play it again seriously anytime soon. I doubt I'll ever hop back into competitive, that's for sure. Alright. Looks like there's giants and a bear. Oh no. That bear is going to be taken by the hunter, I have a feeling. Wildfire. Just going to use a couple wildfire bell charges. Hoping that'll do it. One more bell ring. There we go. Let's kill him. My Daedric dagger just broke. Great. How many of these do I have? Plenty. Plenty of them. Yes. Yeah. I mean, when you get someone who... yeah, you can have the bear. So the hunter wants the bear. Meanwhile, I have to finish these giants off. I don't know. I had friends asking me to play Siege, but I looked at it and just said, this game isn't for me. Whereas Overwatch is something where I'll still occasionally play, but, you know, usually my real-life friends are playing other games while I'm playing Overwatch, and then they get into Overwatch for the competitive, and I'm just like, no, I don't think so. My wagon's almost full, by the way. I'm actually going to grab a bunch of bandages from the wagon. Then put these alchemy ingredients away until the wagon's nice and full. Yeah. You thought Siege was going to be the new SWAT game, but the reality made you very sad. Yes. I get why people enjoy it. I've seen some interesting matches. I just can't see myself playing those matches in the same way that would achieve a victory condition. Let's put it like that. Oh. Yes, exactly. Zach bought me 5D chess, which I'll have to check out at some point. But it's basically 4-dimensional chess, but then it has time travel in it too. Because fuck understanding anything. Trollolololo. I think I should at some point pick a day to both play that and Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator. Those are both really fun games that I wouldn't normally play. Team Fortress 2. I played that back in beta. In fact, they gave me a little badge called Primeval Warrior and goes, "You were fighting before the fight even started." And I'm like, okay. But, yeah, so... But ESO is completely soloable, other than dungeons. And dungeons, you can just kind of queue up with other people. Yes. I know. Well, yeah, pretty much anything that's quote-unquote deathmatch, I want to... Ooh, we got gold filigree on this one. How much do they want to charge me? 151,000 gold. I'm not gonna pay 151,000 for that. Not happening. All right, let's see here. Anyway, Team Fortress 2 I played early on, but my interest in the game started declining when it was clear that they weren't going to give control of the game over in a meaningful way to map makers, like they did with Team Fortress 1. In Team Fortress 1, the entire game mode and how it worked was based entirely on the map. In other words, if you wanted to have three-team... here's a map for Team Fortress 1. You would have 3 teams, right? You'd have a border fence, and you'd have a tunnel at past the border fence. You have a what do you call it? You have one team whose job it is to defend the border and kill anyone trying to cross it. You have agents who are there to help smuggle people across the border. And their job is to kill the border guards. Then you have the peasants, okay? The peasants have a crowbar and nothing else. They have 50 health points, no armor, no damage mitigation at all. And what they do is they have to jump over the wall or get in a truck and try to cross through the border fence. Either way, like, there's multiple ways they can try to get across the border. The border guard's job is to kill them. And then the bodyguards, the smugglers, their job is to kill the border guards and make sure that the peasants can cross successfully. And the border guards get points for killing the peasants, but not the smugglers. The peasants and the smugglers both get like 50 points every time one of the peasants manages to get through that tunnel at the end of the map. And yeah, it's just I realized at one point that they were never going to allow for truly custom game modes based on the maps. Like, what I mean based on the maps is the actual map itself in a particular, it's called a map entity. And you can add as many entries to that entity as you want, which are the rules for that game mode. That entity is viewed by Team Fortress 1 when you load it up the map. And then it configures the entire game based on those map entity settings. That's why you can have all these off-the-wall crazy game modes that weren't programmed into the game. They were programmed into the game by the map itself. They're programmed into the map via scripting. And it was just like every map you loaded up in Team Fortress 1 could have been another game mode. You had no idea when first visiting a map what it was going to be. And that was awesome. And it was when I realized that Team Fortress 2 was never going to do that. I was just like, oh, okay. And then they started releasing the updates for classes with alternate weapons, and I'm just like, don't like this very much. And so, bit by bit, they just chipped away at my desire to play the game. Now I only play it on Halloween every year. Oh, Order of Arche. Excellent. We need this place. We're going in. Order of Arche. She's got the best outfit. Quake C was more a scripting language than anything else. It wasn't true C. All right, cure poison, cure disease, stamina, reaction. It was in the format of C++, but then it was very much a scripting language, and executed within the Quake program. But it did allow you to make any kind of game mode you wanted, which was great. Okay. Cure poison, cure... still just going over this, buying different potions. Come on, potion vendor. Reaction... healing, heal true. Good, we finally got another heal true potion. Yeah, when I sold all that stuff to a vendor a couple towns back, this is what I figured it would get spent on. Unfortunately, only Orders of Arche will sell me potions. Archaeologist Guild will as well, but I have to be careful either way. Orc Strength. Oh, there we go. Restore power. Almost done. Hoping for another stamina potion or two, and the game is saying, how about we not give you what you want? There we go. Nope. This whatever happened to the Quake engine back in the day, it was like Unreal today. Yes, the Quake engine was used for tons of things, but you'll notice that id Software went through some problems. They have id Tech, they're just not licensing it out. Unreal just said, basically, we're going to make our business maintaining this damn engine. And that was it. Why do you play TF2 every Halloween? Because where else am I going to fight the Headless Horseless Horseman? On Halloween, yes. Alright, let's see here. We're leaving town. Stamina. Eat a damn fish. And let's figure out where we're going. Yeah, we're here. We're going to cut across to this hall 3 hours away. There's probably going to be nothing there, I imagine. But yes. I mean, have you heard about an ancient wizard who decided he was going to imbue a theme park with the powers of ancient Sumerian runes? So he took out a loan from the Japanese mafia, and unfortunately the ancient Sumerian runes didn't work out exactly how he wanted, and created a portal to an eldritch bumper car hell. And as a result, the theme park didn't take off, and now he's in debt to the Japanese mafia, who are going to come to break his legs if he doesn't pay up. So what he does is he gets different groups of mercenaries to fight in his eldritch bumper car hell. to obtain some kind of treasure for him. And no one knows what this treasure is. That's Team Fortress 2 on Halloween. I'm not even joking. Alright, Daedric Battle Axe there. Nice. My wagon can't hold any more stuff. We're just gonna ditch a bunch of the rations, to be honest. Like, we've been eating rations for a while, but that's just way too much. That should be, yeah. And nope, still can't put anything else in there. We're gonna have to be picky. We're gonna have to be picky about what we put in the wagon then. That's unfortunate. I didn't think it'd ever come to this. But here we are, figuring out what goes in the wagon and what doesn't. Scholar's Guide to Nymphs must stay at all costs. However, these books are terrible. So, the weight ratio on that is not good. Yeah, I'm thinking we access the corpse, put that stuff on the corpse, grab the ration packs I accidentally put back in the wagon because I'm a smart person. Also that dwarven bow. Equally not great. And now if we access the wagon, we can put our Odachi away. Thank goodness. Now we can grab that Daedric Battle Axe, Lich Dust. That'll be it. Yes. Right. Not gonna hunt. Gonna keep going to the hall. Very good. Very good. So, yeah. My point is that, Team Fortress 2 is really good for Halloween. They have a lot of different maps. They have a one where they take Blutark and Redmond, aka, you know, the leaders of the red and blue team, and you have to race to get one of their souls to hell. Because that's something. But yeah, you have to race to basically get the opposing person's soul into hell. Once you do that, you can unlock the secrets of the Abominomicon. Is there an active TF1 community? Yes. Yes. Ooh. It's called fortress1.org. If you, let's see here. Fortress 1. So, yeah, fortress1.org. You got Quake World. You can see it's for Windows or Linux. Sorry, Mac players. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd recommend. I'd recommend picking up the Fortress 1 client. We'll get you started with that. Yep. Okay. That's interesting. I'm just looking at how this thing has had a connection. It just... Well, picking one more thing before I go. Everything looks good now. For whatever reason, just odd. Checking one more thing. Ooh. Okay. That'll do it. Had distractions in a different window. Did Mac players have to compile it themselves? I guess so. My goodness. Thank you for making Charles know how to play your childhood games. Oh, well, I appreciate the subscription. Alright, we're at the Rusty Porcupine. Let's have a look at how we're doing as far as food goes. Now, we've got a good amount of fish, so let's go in really quick and grab a bite to eat so that we don't have to use up those fish as we go. But, yep. Just give me some stew, and we'll be moving on to the next area. Let's ask these peasants what they think about what's going on. Let's see. Knights of the Rose and Antiphalos are now enemies. Oh, great! So, when I go to Antiphalos... Oh, no. That's bad. They hate me. They hate... Oh, wait. Not Knights of the Rose. The, God, I'm already... I'm the Knights of the Candle. I usually play the Knights of the Rose. Huh. Bettany and Mornoth are working together, but Bettany doesn't have any, No, hold on a second. Let's go outside. Bettany doesn't have any towns. They have Whitefort. That's it. They have Whitefort. Oh, no. Yeah. That's hilarious. By the way, Bettany has a city if you play the Daggerfall demo. If you're ever interested in trying out the Daggerfall demo to see what Daggerfall looked like in the very, very beginning, there are 2 demos. One that is kind of okay, and that takes place on in a dungeon. And then there's the big one, and this is the harder to get. This is a rare demo where you get to explore the Isle of Bettany, and it specifically has a city, like a capital city of Bettany, which does not exist in the main game of Daggerfall, but was added specifically to make the demo work. And like this island is the entire Daggerfall demo, which is still fucking huge, but you know, the point is, it's just this little island over here, and that's where the Bettany demo was. So just something that's interesting, interesting fact there. Okay. Yeah, we're still here, seeing if there's nothing here for us. No big deal. Hello there. Any news? Yakolon and Debella. Didn't know that. Yakolon and Debella just cut a deal. Very good. We're leaving. Okay. Let's see. There's a manor here, hovel there, plantation there. Plantation is 4 hours away, and the lodge is 1 hour from there. So, yeah, I can go to the plantation, no problem. I thought maybe this was going to be kind of bad or irritating. No, no issues. Ooh. There's no Project Tamriel mod in production for Daggerfall as far as I know. They have enough of a world space right now where they don't really feel the need to add more at the moment. If someone does plan on adding all of Tamriel via Daggerfall, it's going to be in the vein of Arena, where everything will just be generic. Project Tamriel is really trying to add like personalized flavor to each area. And I don't think they will ever be able to do something like that in Daggerfall. I just don't think it's going to work. Yeah, I'm very warmly dressed. Okay. When the sun goes down, we're going to be in for a bit of pain there. Just a bit. All right. What's an Argonian doing here? Hope your armor has good resale value. Of course. Not successful. Losing too much heat. Am I? Oh, I'm not wearing a shirt. That explains everything. Put the damn shirt on. Like, I'm wearing 2 cloaks and they're heavy cloaks. What's your problem? Yes. Ow, ow, ow. Well, yes, of course. The Project Tamriel's goal is to take things based on Morrowind's lore and build those areas. They might take some minor inspiration from ESO or, you know, whatever game the province was in, but they're mainly going, if there are contradictions between the Morrowind interpretation and the whatever other interpretations there are, they are going to focus on however it was depicted in Morrowind's lore, as opposed to how the video games depicted it later. And a lot of people threw a huge fuss about that. They got very angry. When Tamriel rebuilt, said that they were going to do it. And to my knowledge, Project Tamriel has more or less adopted the same stance, that they're going to remake these areas based on that. Like, quick. All right. Cyrodiil will be a jungle? That's a very good question. At least the southern part of it should be. Almost certain southern Cyrodiil should be a jungle. Oh, there's a deer. Blood trail. Oh no. Bears! Why? We need to use fire! Okay. Ow. Nearly dead. Quickly. Use 90 bandages. Okay, we just used 30 bandages up. We are the mummy. Alright. 2 Spriggans dead. This is the last bear. You hear that, Hunter? This is the last bear. You can have it. I know you'll want it, because you always do. You aren't taking that bear with you. Can I take it off your hands? Yes. Being like the Emperor tonight. We got paid. I must quickly figure out if there's anything else here. Twigs. We're leaving. Going to the plantation. There's the plantation. We are going to eat a damn fish. Then we are going to steal... I guess we don't need to steal anything right now. I was hoping to get my harvesting skill up, but my wagon's starting to get really damn full, so I'm thinking we'll head over to the next area, which is this lodge. We should be able to sleep there for the rest of the night. That should be good. As I understand it, southern Cyrodiil is supposed to be like dense jungle, and southeast Cyrodiil is supposed to be more more swampy, and then like middle Cyrodiil is supposed to be the quote-unquote heartland, where they'd have farms and things. And then northern Cyrodiil is supposed to be more mountainous and snowy. Alright, looks like we got the pagan mug, the screaming guard, and the queen's dagger. I think we'll go to the screaming guard. That sounds like a great place. Let's look at the other one. I'm curious about the other here. You don't think that a fantasy Roman society would be likely to emerge from a jungle? Fantasy Roman society. That's a very interesting way of putting it. But, yeah, I mean, They decided early on that it was going to be like a jungle. So, obviously, you can... almost... I have to poke at something. Hold on. Right. Sorry, distractions aplenty. We're going to go over here. Alright. Hello, miss. Any news? Dark Brotherhood are out to get the Archaeologist Guild. Oh no! That's not good. The Dark Brotherhood hate me because I'm in with the Archaeologists. Hello, miss. How are you? Any news? Ascended the throne, so Theodard Harthing is now ruling Yakolon. What do you have to say? Knights of Iron and Mixers of Mara patch up their differences. That's great. Yes. You have to definitely look at the Colovian and Nibonese cultures, though, that weren't represented properly in... Oh. Hold on. I was going to say... you look at the Colovian and Nibonese cultures that weren't properly represented in Oblivion, and you figure that other than the Heartlanders, there really isn't that much of Rome in the representation that we're going to get. Like, yeah, it's an empire, but you know, there have been many empires, and I wouldn't say it was a one-for-one like comparison to Rome by that point. By the time Morrowind lore had fleshed it out, the Colovian and Nibonese cultures were so diverse that you'd think they'd come to conflict. But yeah, that never happened. Oblivion got turned into generic European Fantasyland, and those differing cultures just kind of dispersed. Let's see here. Travel gear. Good. We have secured our travel gear outfit. It's a rainy day, but we should still be able to get out of this region. Let's head over to the wrecked place. Oh boy. Rectus Dominus. Yes, we're going to the wrecked place. Alright, let's go. Yes. Exactly. Correct. Empires do usually fall when they can no longer expand. It's true. Which is why you'd almost have to turn the thing into some kind of republic or something. Just get rid of the kings. See, Shirt of Wildfire. There we go. Roll. That's a joke. That's a joke I just said. Because we know how that ended up. When they thought, oh, well, we can fix everything by just getting rid of the kings. That lasted not so long. That way of thinking. Daedric Claymore. Oh no, the wagon is still full. We're gonna have to get rid of a few more ration packs, I think. Eat a damn fish. Yes. Contemplating what we need to do here. The alchemy ingredients can get put away, but even then we don't really have the space for this stuff. I'm just grumbling because we need to get to where we're going faster. God, I have 115,000 gold pieces in my wagon. No wonder it's over encumbered. Get rid of that holy candle. Yeah, I have letters of credit for huge sums of money, but that isn't my current problem. The current problem is the... Wait, hold on. They're an almost new... I thought I saw an almost new cloak. I need to get rid of that. No, it's fine. Boots. We're going to grab that robe. Grab this cloak. Grab those books. Grab that bell. And keep the steel gauntlets, but, yeah, grab the books. We're just going to drop the books. They're not going to benefit us right now. They aren't really worth selling at the moment. Same deal here. That should more or less do it. Gives us enough to grab the claymore, put the claymore away. So yeah, we were able to get the Daedric Claymore. That's good. That'll do it. Let's go. Yes, exactly. Oblivion damned the Imperials by turning them into generic, just so generic. I mean, you look at the Dark Elf culture, and yeah, some of that was generic due to the wiki-style dialogue that Morrowind had, but I still think it had a lot more flavor than what we ended up getting in Cyrodiil, which is why I am looking forward to seeing what they develop in Project Cyrodiil, which is part of the Project Tamriel, or sorry, Province Cyrodiil, which is part of the Project Tamriel overarching project. Let's see here. We've arrived at the wrecked place, and it just has the red pit in it. So we went to the wrecked place and entered the red pit. That's great. I'm gonna stay here for the night. Yes. Hello, sir. Any news? Julianos is out to get Glenpoint. Really? How about you, miss? Yakolon and Debella are together. Yes, we know about that. Should just be able to rest. Yep, almost 9 o'clock. Good to go. Rested. Go ahead and get some fowl. Ate bird. It was delicious. Being rained on. No big deal. We will now proceed into the Alakir Desert by crossing the border. That's Daggerfall. Hold on. Alakir Desert's up here. How far away would it be for us to enter the 15-hour journey that way? Nah, we'll definitely go to Daggerfall then. What? Is there anything in Daggerfall that we can find at the moment? Shack there. Okay, even the closest place is 15 hours. Daggerfall is pretty empty, actually. I'm impressed. 11 hours that way. 6 hours that way. So that old shack. If I want to get to the orchard, 8 hours. Queen's Huntsman's Lodge. 7 freaking hours through. Okay, fine. We're going 7 hours down through Daggerfall. Wow. No, we're not hunting birds. We're continuing. Argonian skeletons. Seen those. They got mods for him in Skyrim, don't you know? Hmm. Hostile encounter, try to avoid it. Yes. Very good. Star Wars tie-in novel is set to reveal the secrets of Sith immortality. And someone shouted, "Stop trying to patch Rise of Skywalker." Yes. Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny. Good enough. Hostile encounter, try to avoid it. We are not rapidly losing stamina, so we seem to be making good time. Let's see, we interrupt our journey for what? Bandit. What are you doing here? Bastard. Only one of you, thankfully. Thought I was going to be attacked by a whole horde of bandits. Yep. But yeah, they're going to do a tie-in novel that takes place on Exegol and talks about the secrets of the Sith. I give zero fucks about that. I love this because we're going to be playing the game. And we're going to be playing some Star Wars game and then make an offhanded comment about how shitty Rise of Skywalker was, and someone will go, "Actually, if you read the tie-in novels..." Yeah, but it still doesn't stand on its own as a film. By the way, look at this. This is a border. This is a terrain border there. We're going from the mountainous region to the desert. How's the desert doing? It's hot. That's the answer. The moment we crossed over that, it went from freezing to it's too hot. Okay? That's hilarious. So we reached a little, yeah. Yes, desert. Pine trees in the desert. We assume the desert is encroaching and killing all the grass first, and yet the trees linger for some time. Because this is how things work. We are overheating now. So we will take off all our clothes. Let's see if that works. People of the deserts know to dress lightly and cover up with a casual cloak. Well, screw you! Bandits! Naked Argonian, time to fight! Go. I have no bow. I just realized that. I have no working bow. I'm just gonna pinch gold pieces off of them. There's nothing in your victim's pockets. I'm sure they're delighted at having a naked Argonian running around, slicing them up with a dagger and reaching in their pockets. You're absorbing too much heat. Okay, fine. Fine, I'm absorbing too much heat. There we go. Damn it. Meant to, Alright, we killed that acrobat. Killed that thief. We're gonna use bandages to cover up. That's what we're gonna do. Rogue One was acceptable. It's definitely better than some people give it credit. But I don't know. I think Empire was the only genuinely, like, high-quality thing to come out of Star Wars. Everything else was you know, in the realm of pulp fiction at best. I enjoyed a lot of Star Wars, but it really wasn't of quality. It's just that we got kind of used to a low quality norm of Star Wars, so when the truly awful Disney stuff started coming out, we looked at that and said, well, you know, we just looked at it and went, well, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. We, obviously that low quality stuff was better than this. I mean, I love the Star Wars games with, you know, Kyle Katarn, Mara Jade, stuff like that. You know, that fun era. It was corny, it was cheesy, but it was entertaining. Let's see here. The way your dress provides no warmth. Yes. The Force Unleashed was... I mean, it was disgusting fan fiction. Like, pull down that Star Destroyer with your mind! It just... Yeah. It was fun. It was just absurd. Okay. We have successfully made it to the lodge. Thank goodness. Yes. Room for the night. The room is free for a knight such as you. Let's go up here. Hello there. Any news? Summoners of RK and Benevolence of Mara. So RK and Mara have now patched up their differences. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, it's nighttime. Let's travel through the desert at night when it's freezing in the rain. I think that might be fun. That might be fun. So, yeah. We are gonna quick save it here. Might as well figure out what we're gonna do about clothing. Probably want to dress up as heavy as possible. Yes, that'll do it. We are now dressed up for the nighttime temperature in the desert. Yes, we are very warmly dressed because the desert is cold at night. You see people going left and right. Guard. What the town guard's doing there? Doesn't matter. We're good. We were basically dying of heat, and now we aren't. So let's figure out where we're going to go. Let's see. It's a 12-hour journey to get to the next actual town. We're currently in a small, like, village, almost a homestead situation. We can get to an actual town 12 hours away. Yes. Whiterun being the trade capital of Skyrim. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, Tamriel's been reduced to a small island nation in the newer games. And that's hilarious. The Empire of Tamriel. And all, like, 200 miles of it. Wait, what? 200 miles? Yeah, how big would Tamriel be under the current model? Anyway. That's a very good question. 50 miles? Something like that? Considering this, like, factor in the size of Skyrim. Actually, the size of Skyrim is just, what's it called? The size of Skyrim is just representative of the bigger land of Tamriel in the story, which, you know, it is, but it still does a disservice to the... Ooh. The Cyrodiil and Skyrim are like 9 miles each, you say? Interesting. Didn't... that seems like a stretch. I mean, it might be, but... Size of 2 Rhode Islands. I don't think it was that big, though. See. You walk at like 10 miles per hour. Yeah, 5.6. Okay, Cyrodiil is 5.6. Let's see. Ooh. 14.8 in, yeah. You're constantly jogging in Skyrim? That's funny. Hostile encounter, try to avoid, fail to avoid. Is that a wingling ding dragon? Yeah, that's a wingling ding dragon. Okay, we're gonna back up here. And here we go. Dragon is dead. Let's see. I mean, jogging is like 4 to 6 miles per hour. Yes. There we go. Aha! Centaurs. Centaurs in the desert. We don't know anything about Atmora and Akavir. At all. Okay. Mithril Claymore. You can't carry any more stuff. You want that Claymore? Too bad. Well, yeah, I guess I'll get rid of the Elven crap. For the Mithril crap. There we go. I can still pick it. Yeah, it was that one Claymore. That was the problem. Elven Katana. Adamantium Saber. Goodbye, Elven Junk. Hello, Adamantium. Yeah, we're out of here. A Nirn map. Really? And where did this Nirn map come from? You'll find that the regions that weren't put... let's put... there's a Tamriel map. And even then, that was retconned later. When, you know, we actually got to Skyrim. The shapes of certain areas don't follow the original Tamriel map. The borders got shifted around and stuff. There's no consistency. No consistency in the Elder Scrolls? Excuse me? How did this happen? When did they stop being consistent? You mean Arena to Daggerfall? Yeah. Alright. But yes, all the Nirn maps are fan-made, and people just made up the shapes of, yeah, Atmor and Akavir. Yes. Solstheim is hilarious. It's just like, it's sitting there right next to Morrowind, and it's like, excuse me? How'd that happen? That's not thinking things through. Never. Never do that. Gonna use the rest of those bandages to heal up. There we go. I'd say Daggerfall is when they, well, when it's first started feeling closer to a real world. The first game was a fun Dungeons and Dragons adventure. The, what do you call it? May Mara bless you, but there's a knight that's looking for someone. No big deal. Was gonna say that Morrowind is when the storyline, not even Morrowind, it's actually, God. Trying to remember this. God, I'm blanking on it completely. Hostile encounter, try to avoid, yes. Redguard. Redguard shipped with a complete pocket guide to Tamriel, a pocket guide to the Empire, I should say. Yes, Redguard. And that's when we got to know about all the other regions and their details. And that's when we started having our expectations tossed out the window by each game that came out and completely defied them. Completely contradicted them. Yep. Now, of course, people will go and scream, unreliable narrator. But I just think it's so dumb the way people scream the unreliable narrator and pat themselves on the back for the developers making the world less interesting consistently moving forward. Every time the we get to a place that was written about and sounds great, and they actually get to that location, how do I put this? And, you know, it's never how it was originally represented. It's always something that's several levels dumber. And, of course, well, and when I say dumber, I mean less interesting. That's why I'm just kind of shrugging and going, that's unfortunate. I mean, I enjoy each of the games regardless. It's just the story is disappointing. That's the best way to put it. What's funny is Morrowind actually, I really liked Morrowind's story and its overall premise, but I didn't like how they scaled back a lot of the mechanics. Come on. There we go. But it's 3D, and everything that's 3D has to have a better... has to scale down. More giants! Why are there more giants here? What's happening? Okay, we need to use that bell. More bell! We need more bell. Okay. Ugh, I'm getting my ass kicked. Well, time to put on armor and get completely melted by the heat. That's exciting. Okay. Heal true, please. Heal true. Undone. Their belt. Giant's dead. Good. am. Fire bell, yes. The fire bell. Okay. Just looking for any Daedric stuff. For the most part, I can't afford to carry anything else at the moment. We need to disrobe. Naked traveler. Go, go, go. Got a Discord server for that. Now, let's see here. Vegetation. No thanks. How we doing? Still taking a sip from our water skin. I need to look at the map and figure out where we are. And God. I'm just like, oh boy. Were you hoping to get to this location? Okay, this is an hour sooner. I'm going to go there instead. Indecent exposure in some kingdoms. I don't think anyone in the desert cares. Yes. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Hostile encounter. Failed to avoid. Bats there. The problem is if you follow literature at all, the unreliable narrator can be used to great effect. And its misuse is terrible. Just completely awful. In fact, they wrote a whole book on its misuse being terrible. Alright. Let's see. Although monsters may roam the deserts at night, might be preferable to this heat. Yep. We're avoiding everything. We're running. We're running. Traveling. Just keep running. Don't stop. Canonically, in terms of the story, there are supposed to be roads. In fact, they will tell you to stay on the roads. But the game itself doesn't render the roads. Sorry. We'll have to wait for modders to get that in. Alright, we need to stop. How much water do we have left? Jeez. Alright, let's eat a couple fish. Then grab another couple. I have plenty of water. That's something I did gather there. Yeah, we need a stamina potion right now. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I'm not stopping. Not stopping for whatever event wants to ambush me or otherwise get in my way. Okay, we're good. I need to get to the Silver Mug Inn. Too hot. Avoid the encounter. Good. Successfully avoided it. They actually had roads in Elder Scrolls 1 between all the locations. They looked terrible, by the way. The algorithm that generated them was atrocious. Some of them just led nowhere. Alright, we've done it. Arrived at the Silver Pit. Hello, sir. Yes, we refilled our water. Room for the night, absolutely. Hello, miss. Any news? Ah, two nations have patched up their differences. Very good. Sleep! Time is it? It's late enough. We can travel now. Must eat. We will have fowl. Delicious bird that it is. Did that guy just walk backwards for a second? That was interesting. Alright. Need to continue now. We are still overheating, I believe. Yes, your armor's stuffy. Armor? Oh, that's why I was drinking so much. I had a pauldron that was overheating. Well, that's not great. I need to do a video on why I like the concept of Kylo Ren, but despise his character as it was implemented. Alright. Let's see here. 7 hours. One pauldron leads to heat stroke. I mean, if it's superheated metal. Yes. Oh. Yes, Commodore. They actually did that. There's an actual faction within the game files called the Prostitutes Guild. It does not, it does not actually, oh, I went into a dungeon. Yes. Hey, where do you think you're going? You won't come willingly, I have no option. Have at you! My job was to bring you here. Fighters Guild has an offer for you. Be in your interests, a representative here will speak to you. Really? How about up and a lich? Great. Yeah, we're just gonna reload that. I screwed something up. I completely screwed that up. I meant to say no when he said yes, and I got stuck in a dungeon that I couldn't do anything with. It was just like, okay. Like, that quest is broken, basically. It's just one broken quest. You just have to say no to. I'm going to go into this town 1 hour away. That's what we're going to do. I got kind of sidetracked on something. Journey. Harpies! Nobody likes harpies. Nobody wants harpies. And here we are, surrounded by harpies. Interesting. Ah, that explains it. Good, good. Kylo Ren's whole concept is, at least in the beginning, he wanted to, he was basically trying to surpass Vader and, gain respect for himself. He had no self-respect, so he had to constantly seek it out from other people. The idea that, Priest of a Temple of Kinnereth, nice. The idea that everyone constantly compares his actions to Vader. The Dark Lord of the Sith, and now he's come up and he's basically stepped into Vader's role as the Dark Lord. And he knows deep down that he will never be as good as Vader is. Or not as good, but as strong and as respected as Vader was. He can't command fear the same way Vader can. That concept is very compelling. I'm going to sell everything here that is not Daedric daggers or bows. We're just going to sell all this stuff. But the idea of someone, an upstart, trying to fill the shoes of someone who is was clearly better than them, that's something that's happened in history time and time again. You know, you are not worthy for this role that you've stepped into. And, you know, it eats away at him. And that is very compelling as a concept. It's just that they don't use it properly. That's the best way to put it, is they've utterly failed to put it to use. And that's why I'm saying I love the concept of Kylo Ren, not the execution. Because this person who steps into the role of Lord Vader and knows deep down that they will never be what Vader was, and it eats away at them bit by bit. That's an amazing setup for a character. How would you use it? And I would probably have to sit down and write for that. I don't want to just randomly spout ideas off the top of my head, because number one, it would be stupid, because I get through 3 or 4 stupid ideas before I get to something decent. But I would absolutely have him not lose to Rey in the beginning, but rather set up a situation like Empire Strikes Back, where he solidly defeats Rey, and Rey has to come to terms with the fact that she isn't good enough, and therefore you see her mastering the Force at the beginning of the next episode. That's what I would do. Bring Luke Skywalker in at the end to save her from Kylo, and make it very apparent that Kylo isn't just resting on his Force powers, but he, actually commands the First Order to come in and support him. So, Luke has to help a wounded Rey get away from overwhelming numbers of troops and, a Force user that is obviously very strong in the dark side. Yes. All right. Let's see here. And I would probably relegate Luke to an Obi-Wan style role after that. Have him do his... He doesn't have to die, necessarily. He could just be wounded, something like that. Point is, Luke is no longer viable as of the second episode, and Rey has to step up and become a hero. Maybe even fulfill Rian Johnson's original idea of quote-unquote kill the past, and have in a twist Rey leave with Kylo, both of them step out of the story completely for the rest of that episode, and focus on Finn. Have Finn have to step up and become the surprise hero, and then have Kylo and Rey step in the third one as a surprise. They didn't turn evil after all, and was more like, oh, right, they went off and they studied hard, they worked hard, and they became better Force users than you would have ever noticed. She managed to temper Kylo. Kylo managed to inspire her, and they became a formidable duo. Despite that, the Knights of Ren could have been supporting them the whole time. Well, who are the Knights of Ren? Just random people with stupid weapons, apparently. Point is, there's so much room to do things that they never bothered even thinking about. They kept it so surface level and so stupid. He wouldn't He wouldn't surpass Vader. He'd try, and then realize that he maybe had to not go the same route, which is the whole kill the past idea. Remember, he's looking at this Vader helmet the whole time going, I'll never be as good as him. And then it dawns on him, I shouldn't be trying to be as good as him. Throw down the mask. Tell Rey, this is stupid. We need to leave. We need to put this whole Empire versus Rebel thing behind. We need to get out of here. And so Rey takes his hand, they both leave the story for the rest of that episode. Focus on Finn. Make him the hero at that point. Luke could recover just in time for the third episode. And in the third episode, you could have, again, like Rey and Kylo come back as a third party who turn the tide of battle. Something like that. You have overwhelming numbers of soldiers and firepower and things. The Imperial Remnant still controlled half of the galaxy in the Legends material. I mean, it was freaking huge. They didn't just... The New Republic didn't just instantly come fully formed at the fall of the Old Empire. Half of the Old Empire fell into chaos and turned into all these individual warlords taking over their own pieces of the galaxy, and the other half declared themselves, quote-unquote, the Imperial Remnant, the true law and order that had been pushed out to the Outer Rim, and they promised revenge, and so it was a long, bloody struggle. It wasn't just something that magically materialized into peace. Oh, Palpatine's dead. Okay, well, everyone just magically... I'm just imagining all of the people who were working for the Empire suddenly just doing a little... you ever played The Sims when you want your sim to change outfits and they just twirl around and like magically they're in a different outfit? I imagine all the Imperials suddenly go, Palpatine's dead, and they just jump up and do a little flip, and now they're wearing Republic outfits. It doesn't work like that. All right, let's see here. Okay, we got money, all right? Now, here's the thing. Like, all of my ideas were stupid, you have to understand. They were simple. They were just quickly thrown together randomly, okay? They are not anything... They're not well thought out at all. If I were sitting down to, quote-unquote, write a new trilogy, I would probably throw out the first 4 or 5 things that I came up with eventually, having a long list of different ideas. It's not something you want to just go with your first draft and go, yeah, that's the movie we want to make. JJ probably did that. All right. Mm-hmm. No, Ryan had many rewrites. And unfortunately, a lot of Rian Johnson's ideas were based on what would be cool. Not necessarily what would be... what would fit. Like, he wanted World War II bombers, damn it! So what did we get? We got World War II bombers in space. I am naked Argonian walking around streets. I'm actually gonna sell more of this. This is a pawnbroker. Does he not buy armor? No, he doesn't buy armor. That's bad. Yeah, he walked a victory dance on some remote moon. Oh, I'm out of a job, every Imperial officer. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Now, they did show they did show, in Return of the Jedi, people celebrating and pushing over statues of Palpatine, right? This could indicate that there was massive civil unrest, and that the Empire probably started a campaign of violence against these people. By the way, every time you see a general store, and upstairs there's a naked woman in it, that is the best general store. Do you know why? It's not because of the cheesecake. Because there's a second rack here of items. Meaning there's one extra rack of items in the stores with the naked women. That's why it's the best. Yes. Because the normal ones... Yes. Ooh. Yes. Buying bandages. Buying bandages and fish. Upstairs we go, and yes, so there's two. One here, one there. Mm-hmm. As it should be. Now, it's nighttime. This is a great spot for us to go ahead and call this a quits. We had a lot of fun here, traveling from we started all the way over at Scourge Barrow, and we ended up here. From here, we have to go up through the Alakir Desert, across to across the Alakir Desert to Sentinel. And all my stuff is in Tasso Parrot. My house is in Tasso Parrot. Everything's there waiting for me. It's grumble, grumble. So that's going to be a while before we can get there. For now, though, my wagon's full. I'm very dissatisfied with that fact. I just want to see if there's an armor vendor over here before I do anything else. Because, you know, I'm basically done, but then... Let's see here. Ah, yes, a warehouse. Take a sip from your water skin. That Rian Johnson has directed 6 movies. Like 6 movies. Yeah. I know. Well, it's a real shame that they never made anything Star Trek after Voyager, because Voyager wasn't very good. They tried to do some stuff with Enterprise, but oh boy, did that devolve into alien Nazis from the future. Temporal Cold War, no thanks. But yeah, nothing after Enterprise was actually Star Trek. It was all modern Trek, let's just say. Mm-hmm. The moment you saw an alien in a Nazi uniform... Well, I mean, Star Trek, the original series, had Nazis on other planets. And they were, like, parallel cultures to Earth. But that went, like, in a radically different direction. And those were social commentary.